Okay.
All right, so our final preparation before Finance Park is we're going to do modified simulation, meaning going through the process that you're going to do at Finance Park. So you're going to have a packet, and you're going to have some other handouts that I'll show you in a few minutes. All right, so first things first, you're going to have your net monthly income. So you're going to have a life situation card. Now at Finance Park, you're going to each have a different one. For this activity, we're going to have the same one. So your life situation card is you're a physician assistant, which is like a doctor. You're married. You've no children. You drive about 25 miles to and from work. And then you pay different expenses. Income tax, federal income tax, Social Security, and Medicare, which we've talked about in previous classes. So on page 92, you're going to fill this in. You're just going to transfer this here. So you're going to put down 80,000 is what you make. Divide that by 12. Okay, so you're going to figure that out. Put that number divided by 12 down. You're also going to put down federal income is going to be 763 according to the sheet. Social Security will be 413. And Medicare is 96. You're going to add up these three. And then you're going to minus number 2 from minus 6. Don't worry about this. And your total of net monthly income is $5,400. Okay, so you're going to be using that number, so make sure you fill in 2, 6, and 7. But overall, every month you net, meaning you take home $5,400. So again, you have this life situation card. It tells you sort of how much you make, what you do, and each of you at Finance Park is going to be a little different. All right, the next part is budget guidelines. So a guideline tells you how much you should pay or spend for each category. So you don't want to spend more than you have in housing because that's going to impact all your other categories. So at Finance Park, they want you to be fiscally responsible, so they give you a range from minimum to maximum. Now at Finance Park and for the simulation, you need to stay within that range. So I'm going to use this as an example. I transferred the net monthly income, $5,400, that you get every month. Remember, that's your take-home pay. And all I did was I multiplied it by 0.18, as they said in the example. So for housing, you can spend between $972 and $1,296. For utilities, $162 between $378, and so on and so forth. So you're going to have the sheet. So you want to constantly refer back to this when you're making different choices to make sure that you stay in the minimum between the maximum. For this simulation, if you go a little bit below the minimum, that's okay. You just can't go above the maximum. At Finance Park, you need to be between those, though. Again, we'll go through the categories right now, what they mean. Utilities, again, they tell you electric power, telephone, sewer, water. Transportation is like having a car or using the bus. Variables are like the expenses, the weekly or monthly expenses, gas, oil, repairs. Food, household, personal hygiene. Those are the things you get at the grocery store. Health, life, medical, and dental care. That's your life insurance. That's your medical and dental insurance for your teeth when you visit the doctor. Plan your future is for savings and investing. Again, it's at least 1%, but then you can go up to whatever you have left. Clothing and accessories, these are what you guys like to spend money on. So you get to buy clothes or things that extra additional things as well. Home improvement and furniture, that includes like a new refrigerator you may want, or a new table, a new couch. Entertainment and recreation, that could be going to a sporting event or participating in events, joining a soccer club, anything like that. And then cable TV, having ESPN or whatever shows you like to watch as well. Dining out means eating out, so going to your favorite restaurants. Charitable giving is different than Plan Your Future. Plan Your Future, again, is saving for you. Charitable giving is you helping out. Now, this is left blank because there's 3 things you could do here. Charitable giving, you could give your time, you could donate materials, or you could donate money. So again, they'll give you a choice. And then we're going to skip the unlucky chance cars, so don't worry about that right now. Alright, so after the budget guidelines, we're now actually going to go back to the packet, and we're actually going to look at your actual budget. Okay, so I'm going to walk you through what you're going to do for this. So everybody flip to page 94. For health insurance, you are married, so there's 2 of you. So all you're going to do is you're going to put 15 times 2, and you don't have children, so you're going to put 0 here. And then you're going to add up. 15 times 2 is 30, and you're going to put it there. You're going to do the same thing for dental. And then you're going to add up line 1 and 2. And you're going to put line 3 here on this sheet, the actual budget sheet. So you're going to put your actual amount, and it needs to be under $378. Alright, next. Plan your future. You have to put at least 1% of your $5,400. Okay. Again, if you want to, again, this is for college. It could be for large purchases. Maybe you want to look to buy a condo or townhouse in the future. Maybe you want to save for a really cool vacation, anything like that. Or maybe you want to invest it. So again, you can put at least, start with 5%, so 0.05 times 5,400, and then charitable giving as well. Needs to be at least 1%, so 0.01, and you're going to put it here. Now plan your future. You're going to take this number and put it in your budget guideline sheet, so right here. Charitable giving, you're going to put right here. And again, it says 1%, but you could also just put time or donation of materials. Alright, we're going to skip line 6, the unlucky card, and we're going to flip to the next page. Alright, so this is everybody's favorite part. You can either buy a home, so page 98, or rent a home. Now, we talked about the benefits of buying, we talked about the benefits of renting. You guys make the choice. At most you can spend $1,296. So you need to see what you can afford as well. So what we did here was we broke it down for you. So since you're married, you can rent a 1-bedroom. So there's you and your spouse. You could rent a 2-bedroom. You could rent a townhome, but you can't rent a house. That's over your $1,296. Okay? Maybe you want to buy a condo or a townhome, or see if you can pay for a house. So in order to do this, you're going to select which one you want. So let's say it's the condo, it's $300,000. 20% is a down payment, meaning you give the bank ahead of time. So that's $60,000. So overall, it's going to cost you $240,000 out of pocket. Money you don't have yet. So you're going to take out a loan, a mortgage we call it, and you're going to take $240,000 divided by 200. You're going to do the same thing for a townhome and for house. So page 98 walks you through that again. You're going to transfer the condo $300,000. Let's say example, your down payment's $60,000. Your loan amount's going to be $240,000. You're going to divide it by 1,200. Okay? And then you're going to make choices here. You don't have to worry about roommates again because you already have a roommate. It's your spouse. Okay? And you're not going to include your spouse as a roommate, so you're not going to have a roommate, for example. You're just going to include them in the overall salary. Alright, so you're going to take this number and put it in your actual budget sheet. Okay? So housing is the top part. Now, you may also rent if you want. So if you rent, it's going to be on page 99. This is very simple. You're just going to take this transfer and put it here and just move it down. Okay, and then again, put on the actual budget sheet. Alright, so moving on. Utilities. Okay, this is based on your rent or your mortgage. So if it's $900 or below, you pay $165, you're going to put it here. If you spend between $901 and $1,050, your mortgage or your rent, it'll be $200. Okay? So the reason why it costs more to have a higher mortgage is they're assuming that you have a bigger house. When people have usually a bigger house, it costs more to heat it or to cool it, and your bills will probably be higher. Okay? You're going to take your utilities bill, you're going to put it on line 1, you're going to transfer it to the actual budget sheet. Same thing you're going to do for sewer and water. Yes, you have to pay for water. We're going to say that we have city water or county water, so you do have to pay for that. And then telephone as well, which again is very cheap. Obviously with your cell phone it's probably going to be more than having you and your spouse have 2 phones. It's going to be more than $40, but we're just going to put down $40 for now. You're going to take that and transfer it to the actual budget sheet again, and you're going to put the actual amount under utilities, electric power, telephone, and sewer. Alright, so moving on to the next part. Oh, this is everybody's second favorite, or maybe their favorite. Alright, you're going to decide on a car. Now you're saying to yourself, maybe I'm just going to take the bus. Well, in the real, when you go to Finance Park, you may do that, but for this, we're going to have you choose a car. Okay? So, purchase price, newspaper, or magazine. What we did was we were actually going to give you pretty much what cars are going to cost. And we're not going to be looking at newspaper or magazine, we just broke it down for you. So if you look at the sheet that we gave you, automobiles, it tells you different types like a Ferrari, a Honda Civic and Ford Focus, which is fuel efficient, any SUV, BMW, Lexus, and etc. It tells you new car, okay, so if you buy it new, or if you buy it used, old, or we could say used car, okay? So obviously a used car is cheaper, but again, someone's already driven it ahead of time. So what you're going to do is, let's say we use, let's say the Honda Accord. Let's say you buy it, a used car, $16,000. You're going to transfer it to line 1. You're going to multiply it by 0.20, and then the amount financed, line 1 minus line 2 will be the amount financed, and then you're going to divide it by 36 for a used one, or for a new one it's 60 months. So 5 years for a new car, or 3 years for a used car. And you're going to put that amount here. Okay. Now, based on this, you're going to see my monthly car payment's $200, $201 between $300. Your monthly costs, your auto interest chart will be $20, meaning that's how much you owe on top of the monthly payment. It'll be $20. Okay? So you're going to take $20 and you're going to put line 4 plus this line as your total amount for your car payment. So it's going to be, for example, between $201 and $300 would be $20. So let's say it's $300. 300 plus 20 would be $320. Now, fuel efficient or not fuel efficient? Okay, it's going to tell you how much it is. Now, the only ones that are fuel efficient would be the Honda Civic and Ford Focus. Okay, those are the only ones that are, and sorry, the Honda Fit and Nissan Versa. Okay, so if you choose this one or this one, that will be fuel efficient. If not, it's not fuel efficient. So let's say you go with fuel efficient, it's $40 a month for insurance, and then $20 for registration and tax. So in total it will be $60. Okay, $60 here. And then you're going to add line 6 and line 7 together. Okay, then you're going to take this number in line 8 and transfer it to your transportation costs. Sorry, right here, your transportation fixed costs. And you're going to put your actual number there. Alright, so moving on. You're going to do the same thing. Let's say if it's a used car, you're going to assume that it is 6 to 10 years. Okay? So if it's a used car you buy, assume it's 6 to 10 years. If it is new, again, it's up to 5 years, so it's going to be new. Okay? So let's say you drive, let's see how far you drive again, 25 miles. So you're going to be in this category. Okay? Let's say it's a used car you buy, and it's fuel efficient, it'd be $100. Okay? So the total cost would be $100 for fuel. Okay? A month. If it's not fuel efficient, NFE, it'll be $140. Okay? So you're going to put monthly fuel, let's say it's $100. You're going to put $100 here. Monthly maintenance, we said